up, guys? James here, and I'm getting ready to do a spoiler review and reaction of the Bad Batch episode 5, Rampage. First and foremost, what would really help out is if you guys could leave a comment on this. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Let me know if you're feeling the same way I am, but leave a comment. Please let me know what's going on, and also throw me a thumbs up if you could. That'd be very great. All right, right off the bat, I gotta say, this feels like another setup episode. Like, we're gonna meet these characters now, but then they're gonna come into play later. So it's like, you know, the gang heads to Ord Mantell, which is something we've said. It's like episode of Sunny. The gang heads to Ord Mantell, and I don't know. We meet this character Sid Trandoshan. It's like a broker or some sort of information hub. I don't really know what the right term is, but this particular person can get you information if you do a job for her. All right. Okay. It actually seems like the way they set it up might have been a character we've met in the Clone Wars, but this is the first time it seems like we're meeting Sid. So I don't know. Seems like a cool character. Little shady, especially at the end, right? I don't know if we can trust this person or not, but I think they're going to play a role later down the line. We're probably going to get a couple missions from this person and then inevitably find out that she betrayed us or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But Sid, there you go. The mission we got to do, we got to rescue a character named Muchi from Zygerian slavers. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, we have seen Zygerians before in the Clone Wars. They've been a pretty regular character or species or whatever for like bad guys. It's like, oh, they're the slavers. All right, we got to go back to them. It seemed a little bit like they're pulling from the Clone Wars well. I think this show is probably going to do that a lot, but you know, hey, it's fine. It's Star Wars. If you have slavers, you need slavers. You're going to go back to the well because it's a connection, right? But as we see, there's a lot of weird connections in this, and we'll get to that in a second. Now, one thing that is kind of bothering me with this show a little bit, because they've done it now, I think maybe one too many times, is the elite squad of crazy tactical whatever that, you know, the Ninja Turtles guys, whatever you want to say. Why are they in trouble again? Why did their plan fail and immediately all of them are captured and they're in trouble and it's up to like the 10-year-old little girl to save everybody? I think that's a weird trope for this show already. I wish that they would showcase, I don't know. I guess I don't wish that she would keep getting in trouble and the elite squad would have to save her, but I just wish we could move past one of those two options. Because it feels like that's all it's been so far. I like Omega, I like the squad, but I don't like it when either one of them are like, trouble, and then it's up to the other people to save that person. It's like, stop being a dumb kid, or even more so, stop being stupid elite troopers. Like, something's weird and not clicking. I'm just surprised that this is now one episode too far into the stretch of, okay, come on, stop making it so that one has to save the other. That's a little much right now, I think. Now, I did kind of like the twist because I felt like they sold me on the concept of you know, Muchi being the kid or whatever, trying to rescue Muchi. I was a little surprised. I didn't figure it out, but I was a little surprised that they were like, there, that person, that's Muchi. I was like, well, that's weird. And I thought it was bad writing. But again, it goes back to bad elite squad troopers or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, the character Muchi ended up being the Rancor, and furthermore, in the episode, it ended up being very likely the Rancor in Jabba's palace, which is really interesting because now they've kind of done something to Return of the Jedi that even if you watched Bad Batch or not, you're probably going to hear about this. And you're going to be like, you're going to hear and watch Return of the Jedi now as like, I know that Rancor's name is Muchi. So I don't know. That might taint it. It's not a big evil Rancor anymore. It's not the Rancor. It's Muchi, which is now like kind of sweetening him up. It's not a bad connection. It's just a little weird. Like in a galaxy, you would have those characters, you know, needing to get this particular Rancor and stuff. Seems a little set up. I'm okay with it though. That's not the big deal. I think the Muchi childish thing is maybe a little much, but I don't know. Now, when Muchi gets released and starts like, you know, owning everybody, it goes up against like that creature, and like that is a good fight. I was actually like, whoa, this is pretty crazy. Again, I love the visuals. Like a lot of the shots in this are really crazy. Cinematography's off the chart. There was some really cool stuff happening in that fight that I was really happy of, and it kind of carried over into the Wrecker fight too. I actually was okay with them being like, oh, you have to showcase yourself, you have to challenge the alpha, and he goes in there and he really does like what Wrecker does, and that was something I was asking for before that they've now delivered on. I liked that Wrecker was needed, and I liked that he was able to pull off his task exactly how it needed to be done. And even to the extent where they're like, you know, they didn't say like we couldn't do it without you kind of thing, but they were like, man, like that is why you are Wrecker. Like, and that's cool. I like that. As we wrapped up, you know, they delivered. Bib Fortuna shows up. That's cool. You know, there's a connection there. And then, like I said earlier, we found out a little bit more that Sid may or may not be like a trustworthy person. No surprise there. It seems like that's kind of something that Star Wars always does, is if you have like someone who's willing to sell you information or give you information for something, they're not as loyal as you'd think they'd be, and it turns out they probably end up going to sell you out or something. So that's not that crazy. The only thing that I like this episode, and I'm cool with it being another setup episode. That's okay. I just wish we would get to a good solid one. We're episode 5 now, so heading into the 6th episode, it feels like we've had setup, you know, like, okay, let's get to something that kind of pays off. But we know we have many episodes in the season, so right now I think within the first 5 they're technically fair to still be in the like we're still getting you familiar with the characters that the Bad Batch meet and how they're going to play into the season or even the series in the long run. But here you're at 5 episodes in. It's okay. I'm just saying I'm ready for the next episode that actually kind of means something and is a little bit of payoff for having watched 5 episodes so far. Something that really makes me feel good, like, oh man, this is why I'm watching this series. That would be great. But right now, it's still a lot of Omega saving the day or vice versa, Omega getting into trouble. So I don't know. We'll get there, but, you know, that's this episode. All right, before we get out of here, don't forget to leave me a like, a thumbs up, if you will, and leave a comment. That's probably one of the most important things that I think would be interesting to hear from you guys. I got a couple questions for you. Do you think that the Muchi connection was a little much? Expand on that. Do you think that that's going to taint the Return of the Jedi? Another thing, do you trust Sid? Do you think that Sid is a character that is going to kind of play that role of someone who's like a good informant? Or do you think that this character is going to be someone who is going to betray them down the line? And last but not least, we saw Omega get her comm. We saw Omega get her bow. How many more episodes do you think? Maybe put one in there. I think episode 8. I think episode 10, something like that. When are we going to get a good payoff on Omega actually earning her spot as a Bad Batch member? I don't know. I'd like to hear all these things from you guys. If you want to put them in the comments, that would be great. Until the next episode, episode 6. Boom, I'm James Baney. See you later.